So there's this question I often see pop up in different Facebook groups and other entrepreneurial circles, often as engagement bait, which goes something like this. If you were given the option of choosing between $100,000 and having dinner with a multimillionaire CEO, what would you choose? And almost all of the responses, maybe 9 out of 10 of them, say that they'll choose to have dinner with the super successful and super wealthy CEO. The obvious reason being that 100k is 100k. It's just money. They can make 100k over a certain period of time. But having dinner with a successful CEO, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, isn't it? Fair enough. That seems to be the general consensus, and everybody seems to agree. Everybody except me, of course. Every time I see such an engagement post with all the cliched answers, I do a little happy dance in my home and feel a little bit safer knowing that the world is still the same old world I'm used to living in, and the people are the same old people who have always been here, and the situation is unlikely to change anytime soon. Now, let me explain why I think turning down the 100k is a terrible decision. To sum up in one single line, it's because greatness can't be taught and luck can't be bought. I'll say that again. Greatness can't be taught and luck can't be bought. Let me unpack that statement here. The reason most people choose the option of having dinner with the CEO is because they believe that the lessons they'd learned by having a conversation are worth far more than the value of 100k in cash. They believe that the wisdom they could get from the CEO within an hour or however long a dinner would last would somehow transform the way they see the world and unlock a roadmap that would somehow lead them to similar success. That, of course, doesn't work because greatness isn't transferable. What made the CEO great at one point in time will not make you great now, or even them for that matter. The simple reason being, the CEO is who they are and you are who you are. Just like taking golf lessons from Tiger Woods won't make you Tiger Woods, taking tennis lessons from Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer won't make you either of them. The same holds true for entrepreneurs as well. Being a protege of Warren Buffett might make you successful, but it definitely won't make you the second Warren Buffett, or the second Richard Branson, or the second Bill Gates, or Steve Jobs, or take any other popular name for that matter. The reason is that greatness, for some reason, comes from a place we don't understand. So it's impossible to pinpoint the source and say, this is what makes me great. You can look at someone and state the reasons after they've become successful, but you can never do it to yourself. It's true in everybody's case, including myself. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't understand why I do some things far better than everything else. I guess it's how we're wired and how we're all unique. It's a gift that we're born with. And people who went on to make a name for themselves in a particular field, all the great leaders, sportspersons, and entrepreneurs, were the ones who were lucky enough to discover this gift early on in their lives and bold enough to use it to its full capacity. Here's one sad truth. Most people never reach their full potential because they either don't know this gift exists or mistake it as a phase or a passing fad and refuse to accept it. Take a look at yourself now, at your own life. Can you pinpoint any reason at all, as to why you're attracted to some things and repelled by others? Here's what I believe. It might sound fantastical, but hear me out. I think that every person has a center, a core. And the more we align with that core in our daily lives, the better are our chances of experiencing success. Whatever success looks like to you. It could mean lots of money, lots of free time, great relationships, a clean bill of health, and so on. And the further we stray from that core, the more complex life gets in all aspects. A somewhat comical example would be to imagine a scenario where a rock star is forced to work at a library. He can be a good librarian if he tries, no doubt about that. But his true potential is actually wasted by not pursuing the life of a rock star. You get what I mean? Now, going back to the CEO. I'd even argue that the CEO himself wouldn't be able to replicate his success again if he were to be taken back in time and asked to build the company from scratch again. That's because what many leaders and entrepreneurs leave out in their interviews, their blogs, and their podcasts is the role luck played on their journey. Maybe it's because they feel talking about luck would undermine their credibility or devalue all the hard work that they've done. But luck does play a massive role in any venture where you're required to take on a leadership role. Sure, you have ways to tip the scales in your favor, but without luck by your side, it's next to impossible to succeed. I've learned this lesson the hard way, but that's a story for another video. To succeed at anything, you need three things, not one or the other, all the three things: hard work, sound judgment, and luck. And luck is something that cannot be bought or cultivated. So, if by any stroke of luck you find yourself in a situation where you have to choose between taking $100,000 and having dinner with a CEO, take the $100,000 and run. Run like your life depends on it, and don't look back. Because you never know when luck runs out. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I hope this video gives you something to talk about at your next dinner party where you decide to act smarter than you actually are, like I always do. I appreciate you all for watching till the end. Peace.